Now in class 11th I will take the region of friction. So here I will illustrate only the dry friction. That what is the region of this dry friction. No surface is perfectly smooth. It has depressions and elevations when viewed by a microscope. These are called irregularities of a surface. So what we have? No surface is perfectly smooth. The surfaces have the elevations and depressions that are called the irregularities. And generally when we see them, we cannot wash them. But when they are, so when the surface is seen by means of the microscope, we can find that there are the irregularities in the surface. These irregularities are most responsible. So, now the irregularities, what kind of irregularities? Now suppose we are having this is now a surface. This is now surface. This is the solid surface. Then what we see that this part is elevation. This part is elevation. This part is depression. This is again the elevation. This is again depression. This is again elevation. So elevations and depressions are regular in the bodies. So this surface has the depressions and the elevations. Because of that, the surface is not smooth. When it is said to be smooth, it means that there is no elevation and no depression at all. So what we have, that in every surface there are the elevations and depressions. When a surface is placed over another surface, the elevation of one surface elevations and depressions, yes, and depressions of one surface are in contact with depressions and elevations of another surface of other surface respectively. So what we have now, let's, this is in this way. This is now surface. This is the elevation, this is depression, elevation, depression, elevation, and then depression. So the next surface is what? Like this one. This is the next surface. So they are not much visible. So now we see that depression of one is in contact with the elevation of the other. The elevation of the first is in contact with the depression of the second. So thus elevations and depressions are in contact with the depressions and elevations of the another surface respectively. So this gives the interlocking of the surface. There is interlocking of irregularities of the surfaces in contact with each other. It is what we call the interlocking of irregularities of the surfaces in contact with each other. It is also called the cold welding of the surface. It is called cold welding of surfaces. Actually, what is happening there? That this friction is the molecular phenomenon. So, what is that? There is the molecular force, that is the force of adhesion between the surfaces. Because of that, there is the friction. Thus, major cause of friction is appears to be a force of adhesion, between contact regions of the surface. Of the surfaces. So this is what the major cause of friction appears to be a force of adhesion between the contact regions of the surface. So when the two surfaces are in contact, then we can say that there is a force of adhesion. This is what the molecular force. So because of that, the two surfaces stick with each other. So whenever we have to slide one surface on the other, then some force is required. That is called the frictional force. So this friction is completely a molecular phenomenon. Friction is molecular phenomenon. So this is what the reason that the friction is between the surfaces. So here we have talked only about the dry friction and not to anything else. So just you see that this is because of the irregularities in the surfaces, and when two surfaces are in contact, then the irregularities of both the surfaces come in contact, and that the two surfaces get interlocked, and this is called the cold welding of the surfaces. So whenever we have to overcome this interlocking, then we need a force that gives the force of friction. So this is the reason that this is a major part of this friction is because of the force of adhesion between the surfaces. So thank you very much.